Across LC with your hosts, Jeff Alsman and Cody Zitman.
Well, hello again, everyone. You haven't seen us for a while. We're back! We're back for season number 3 of the A to Z Across LC podcast. Jeff Alsman here, Cody Zitman as well. Producer O is also in the room. You can't see him on camera, but you can hear him.
Hi. Look, there I'm on camera.
Oh, there he's on camera now. So welcome to season 3. Just real quickly, good to have you back, Cody.
Good to have you, partner.
Another year of all kinds of information about Lewis and Clark Community College, our programs, our clubs, organizations, our athletics, community involvement, just all kinds of information that we can put out there and promote the school and the mission and try to be entertaining at the same time. That's kind of your job.
Can you believe it's season 3?
I can't believe we made it through season 1.
I remember when you're like, hey, let's start a podcast.
I know. It seems like forever.
Why not? Who do we got to get involved?
Well, it all worked out. It all worked out. And the digital streaming and broadcasting had a lot to do with that.
A little bit.
And our guest who's here for our
Dr. T.
Dr. T. He's always our first guest of the season. So
always. It's a tradition.
The 3rd season, he is with us. And we should real quickly just go back in time to the last time he was here, and he talked about his agent.
He did.
And he said we had to put some things in place to be able to entice him to come back for season 3.
I think it was part of the deal, right, that he had an episode of his own that started every year.
I think that was
we did this.
I haven't read the contract yet.
And then, it keeps going. It's kind of like his notebook he's got over here. It just keeps adding to
more pages. So, but we did not forget. We probably shouldn't take full credit, though.
We will. We'll tell. But lead it into it, okay. and then I'll say who listens to us that took care of this for us.
It proves we have at least one listener.
Yes.
So one of the things we recall that you said was you would be happy to come back as long as we provided some green tea for you. Do you remember that?
So
he probably does. He has so many different contracts going on that.
But the green tea, this person listens to, and it's Christine Strohide over in athletics.
Wow. Okay.
And so, in preparation for this podcast, we have from Christine.
Oh boy.
A box of perfectly mint green tea for you.
How about that?
So we're good.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow.
And
right.
So contract fulfilled.
Contract fulfilled.
We have fulfilled
for season 3.
Check the box.
You are required to be here now, Dr.
I am. This will sit right here.
Chris, if you're out there right now, Chris, be taking notes just in case the contract gets extended. Yes, so we can have it for next year.
That's right.
Thank you.
So welcome.
It's good to be back as always.
Made it through another year, and I bet looking forward to the upcoming year. We're just really just a couple weeks out from the students coming back and getting everything rolling. So made it but your calendar probably never ends, I suspect.
It's exciting. I always laugh when people being general say, "Hey, gosh, things must really slow down in the summer." I would argue that the summer is oftentimes a lot busier than the normal year. Normal year is enormously busy, but summer, you're working through strategic plan, you're working through budget, you're getting teed up for the next year, you're evaluating what worked, what didn't work, strengthening, everything, so it's kind of like you're getting under the hood and tuning things up for when the students get back, because we have to be sure things are ready to rock and roll for our students and for our team, so it's exciting, but I won't lie. It's some days you're just sort of like, wow, that's just, when can we just step back for a moment? And I think that's the challenge we have is just education in general, is that ability to step back, maybe way back, and just think about where you're at and where you need to be.
Well, and some of the changes that are occurring now in this time period, maybe have more of an impact than what recent changes. There are small changes, there are big changes. It seems like right now we're undergoing some larger fluctuations in the environment, let's say.
Yeah, I would agree. I think the idea of and this is always a tricky one, right? Because education is about education and about finding the best ways we can find to align with what the student expects. And I think operational efficiencies and just a clear focus on, okay, here's where we're at, here's where we need to be, and maybe where we need to be is not, we're not there yet. And so for me, in spite the just enormous amount going on outside the organization, obviously always stuff going on inside, whether it's dynamics, internal bureaucracy, the norms, right, of education. We have to be really, really focused on continuing to grow and be relevant and move forward. And I know I've sprinkled some of those things in past discussions with you fellas, but it's becoming more urgent. It's becoming more real in the sense that it affects every single person. No longer can you, hey, I'm going to park in parking lot B and sneak in door A and do my thing and then leave. I mean, there's an interconnectedness across this campus and across the educational community that I think is stronger than ever. But at the same time, it's required more than ever to really understand where we're going, why we're going in that direction, and being smart about our resources. I think that's the key. It's trickier than I've ever seen it tricky. And this is not just me, president of Lewis and Clark. It's talking and discussing and debating with colleagues across the country. Very recently, last week, where a handful of us were chatting about being a president or being a leader, and I think 3 of us, including myself, are sort of in our second sort of presidency, and it's very different than what it was 10 years ago. It's just way different in terms of what the environment expects, what's happening on campuses, what's happening outside of campuses. And I think all that affects us. And that's our responsibility as leaders, though, to help manage that and to help create the environment where our team can thrive and our students, of course, can get to that level that they want to get to. So
is that one of the biggest prerequisites of a college president now, is the ability to navigate change, because it changes so quickly and so enormously?
I think it's always been an important variable in being successful, is being able to embrace change. But I think change is the requirement of change, not, hey, let's think about this idea for, education has these sort of, reputation of, let's meet about it, right? Let's talk about that a little bit more. And 18 meetings later, you've not made a decision. So I think, it's sort of the idea of the cheesy mover teams we implemented on campus many years ago, is to just sort of move through ideas to solutions and implement those things. And if it doesn't work, that's okay. It's not as if you're going to be way off track because you tried something different to make the organization better or stronger. But I think now change is being required of us and sort of put on us a little bit more so than it has in the past, whether that's coming from a state level, a federal level, a local level. It's sort of like, if we can think about, hey, this might really be a great idea to help serve students better, now it's like, you need to do this by next Tuesday, otherwise, your program has to shut down, or we're not going to fund it at the level we did. And that creates a little bit of chaos. Even beyond the normal chaos that I think is an expected thing in any organization. I mean, you've got to have some of that subtle chaos and sort of tension, because that makes you better. That allows you to create things that are different. But when it gets out of hand, when it's like we don't know what the right hand's saying and the left hand's saying, and we've got folks sort of addressing those issues in their own way, that misalignment can really create issues. So, if that makes any sense, it's. Yeah.
I mean, I think we went into a leadership podcast right now. I'm kind of down a rabbit hole, because normally when I get into this podcast, I ask certain things like, you're talking leadership, like 3 non-negotiables, but what intrigues me right now that you took us down was, okay, so in this environmental change, has maybe yours 3 non-negotiables changed between presidency 1 and presidency 2 now?
Yeah, I think, I don't know, who knows how this will sound to the audience, right? Everybody listening, tucked away wherever, there is less in my mind, and I think this is the environment, right? you have to evolve as a leader. You have to help your team evolve as a team, even though there are individual circumstances and scenarios that are going to affect that. My tolerance as a leader for the lack of willingness to see the bigger picture is maybe at a 5 now. First presidency and even working my way up through the ranks was always 9, 10. Being willing to sort of give people the ability just to figure it out, so to speak. But I think now, and it's not that I'm just become this hardened leader. It's not in my DNA to be sort of that person. But I think because the environment is requiring such a different expectation from education, that we don't have the luxury of like, hey, Cody, just get back to me in a couple of months and see how it fleshes out. I mean, we're working through some things, and there's a sense of urgency from you as well. I mean, you've got goals, you've got some expectations, you've built a team that is supporting those expectations, and you've got to move, because if you don't, you just fall behind. And just as you both said, I mean, you're in season 3, right? Look, it's just like a snap of the fingers. Yep. It'll be season 6, season 9, hopefully, right? And all that's going on in between those seasons is really critical. So there's something that also drives that's probably going to be controversial, right? And I'm thinking about sort of how to frame this to the team, but in a way that's not this indictment on, resources are not what they used to be. They aren't, and they won't be. I mean, I think operational efficiencies and financial sort of focus is really critical, but it is all about the money. Anytime you talk about education, they say, or it's always, it is. I mean, if we don't have resources, if we don't have state funding, if we don't have, some of the grant dollars that underpin some of our operations, if we don't have the local taxpayer continuing to have confidence in the work, and of course, most important is if we don't have students. I mean, that's a huge part of our revenue. I mean, students are our customers, whether that's the right thing to frame it as or not, but students come here to earn an education, and we have to create that environment to where they come here and they feel excellent. They just feel a sense of, wow, I can achieve anything at Lewis and Clark. But that takes resources to be able to tether those resources, to be able to tether the right team members with the right attitude that are in the right seat to move those students in the right way. And I think now, though, you have all these pressures on the outside, and even I would argue, I mean, hey, I love our team, but there's always those pockets, right, in any organization that are like the resistance, right, or nah, that's dumb, or still have the arms crossed in the corner saying, even though it's been 3 seasons or 5 years or whatever, when you see the environment around you as a general environment impacting the institution in ways that are sometimes hard to get your arms around, because you've got to keep up, right? And you're trying to create a place where programs can thrive, but sometimes programs don't thrive, or sometimes programs thrive for 2 years. It's like podcasting, right? Seasons 1 and 2 are phenomenal. Let's hope season 3 is as good. Yeah. But it's a funky interworking of an organization. And what I love still deeply about this work is that it's never the same, right? I mean, I love the challenges. I love waking up, trying not to wake up with, oh my God, just this huge weight. But I think that's all relative, right? I mean, there should be a weight on your shoulders as a leader, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to help the rest of the team be successful. And if that requires you carrying more weight, then that's what it is. I think the acknowledgement that we ask the team to have, and the environment in general to have, meaning our customers, our community, is that it's different now in finding success as an organization and attracting students and making sure we're relevant to those students. But that just means we have to push harder. So, sorry, I know I can talk all day. How many hours do you have?
Well, why don't we do this? You mentioned what waking up and what's facing you that day and whatnot. Why don't we take a break, and when we come back, let's talk about what you're excited about when you wake up, because I know you're always positive, so I know there's stuff out there that you just can't wait to tell us about. So why don't we do that? We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with more from Dr. T right after this.
We are.
LC to Z.
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? What's good, my guy? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is Tom Wells, an assistant chief of the Godfrey Fire District. He has been a firefighter and an EMT for over 20 years. Tom is currently an instructor in the Lewis and Clark Paramedicine program and has 2 degrees from LC, fire science and nursing.
I'm Tom Wills, and I'm a trailblazer.
Welcome back to the A to Z Across LC podcast. Jeff Alsman here, Cody Zipman, Dr. T, producer O as well. And what you just saw was part of our most recent video campaign. And producer O, tell us a little bit about that, because I know you play a big role in that.
Well, I don't want to talk too long about it. I'm still reeling from Dr. T suggesting this show is going to go on for 9 seasons. But no, the new video campaign, Mike Keith is back. And so now where the old one, it was showing what he could have done anything here on campus, just like any of you guys out there could do here on campus at Lewis and Clark. But instead now he's kind of introducing you to other alumni in the community that are doing some really cool things. So that one that you just saw, that was Tom Wills, the assistant Godfrey Fire Chief right here in Godfrey. And he's also the assistant golf coach. Yeah. So it was a real fun shoot. Lots of cool stuff coming. We have a few more on the way. And so look out for those. They're very cool, very fun. And a personal plug, I teach you how to do video production and audio production. So if you like those things, come and take my class.
You kept that under wraps, too. I didn't know you had old Tommy Wills on there. That was solid.
Oh,
that was a solid
that?
No, I didn't know at all. It was good.
Well,
I just want to make one suggestion. You need to teach that class at night so I could go.
it'd probably be online. Would you take it online?
I'd take it online.
Okay. We'll figure it out. All right, back to the show.
Back to the show. Dr. T is with us, and he's taking notes.
I'm still here.
He's taking notes on all this stuff. You know what he wrote down? Do the class in the evening. That's what he just put down on his. So tell us what's exciting right now. What are some things that are happening that you just can't wait to embark on for this next semester?
Well, I mean, this semester we're finalizing and shaping a capital campaign for the institution. So really excited about that. It's been a few years, sort of loosely in the making. So we have a great group of individuals from outside the organization that are helping us frame that and shape that. And, really that should launch in the spring. So we've got another semester of some additional back and forth and shaping it, but there's some really nice marketing collateral, a really nice framework. And this will be focused on, it'll be centered around our main complex, which I'm really, really excited about. I mean, we're about, fingers crossed, 2 years out on that being completed. And if those of you who are regular listeners may have heard me sort of grumble a little bit about that timeline being super long, and we've been able to work behind the scenes to get that accelerated. Lots of people from the state level, local level, internally. But I'm really excited about the campaign because it'll be focused on the main complex, but also really centered on student success, and also other areas, other departments, other programs, such as this program, such as our digital streaming and broadcast media program. There may be alum out there who are really interested in, setting up scholarships, providing support to help the program continue to thrive. And I think, what's most exciting about this work is having individuals around us that also share that vision and that enthusiasm for Lewis and Clark. And they see it as an investment into the future, an investment into that next generation of Lewis and Clark and student. I'm really excited about the progress that we've made around access. I mean, last semester we finalized and got approved from our Higher Learning Commission, our Early Child Development Program as a competency-based pathway, a general education bundle, which is a group of, I think there's 9 gen ed courses in this sort of competency-based bundle, which essentially, if anything else, just allows students the ability to say, hey, that's an option that could work better for me because I got a whole bunch of stuff going on in my life, and that's going to allow me to sort of dance through this education thing a little bit better, a little bit more on my terms. And so creating these environments to make us different, but also to make us relevant is really, really exciting. I'm super excited as well. I mean, in that first segment, I talked about kind of just education is changing and it's different, whether we like it or not. And I think a big part of being able to navigate through that, and that goes, I think, for all of us, is having a good support cast, right? And having folks even outside the organization. So next week, the team's going to be introduced to a really good friend of mine. We've known each other about 10 years. Eve Solomon Fernandez. She's a president at Urban College of Boston. She's been out there for many, many years doing amazing work around education, around creating the environment that really we talk about here where students can thrive. And then beyond that, I mean, programs like Avionics is launching, and we're thinking about other programs and other things that make sense for our community. So I think that relevance word is really critical, and continuing. I mean, it's maybe not as exciting for folks listening, but continuing to find the best ways to make Lewis and Clark stronger and a responsible institution, which is doing things the right way from an efficiency perspective, from an operational perspective. And as crazy as it sounds, I never thought I'd even say those things. It's like, yeah, let's get this done, let's get that done. But we've really got to focus on that because the outside environment is requiring it. But also, I think the internal environment. I mean, we're driving down our debt. We're looking at new ways of bringing in revenue to the institution, which is critical, whether that's grants, whether that's new programs. And I think those are exciting things because you've got a supporting cast at Lewis and Clark, whether that's a faculty member, one of our maintenance team members. I mean, everybody's playing a part in making this place work. And that's frankly what fires me up, because I know people are plugging away and working hard. And I think we just have to keep inspiring each other to continue to do that, or notice talent in individuals around us to say, Jeff, I really think you'd love to be on this mover team or to be part of this because you got some good perspective. And I think that's where we need to really help support each other because it's going to take everybody to keep this place moving in a way that matters. So
on the competency-based part, how long does it take from the time you start to the time you get approval normally?
It's up to you. It's like if you say, hey, let's head to Springfield, might take me 60 minutes, might take Cody 2 hours. But I mean, so it's and I might stop along the way. You might just go right through. And I think that's the beauty of it. So, I mean, certainly in looking at competency-based education, there are parameters. I mean, and the good thing about that is it looks a little different for whoever's doing it in terms of the institution, but also the student, So the idea there, Jeff, is that students can navigate through those programs thinking about that on and off ramp sort of analogy where I can sort of pull over for a bit, get back on because, hey, I had to pick up that extra shift or I'm really excited is our criminal justice program is next on the docket. And we had a meeting this summer with Tricia and Jessica, our faculty members in that program. And that's going to be a year or so to develop because it takes that amount of time. But that program is specifically, I think it's going to be amazing in that that'll serve a very non-traditional student population where you might have individuals in criminal justice field who have some credit or credentialing, but don't have that ultimate credential that they want, whether that's the degree or what is it, whatever it is. And they're able to kind of come through this program now that isn't so linear. Isn't like, hey, we offer these classes Mondays and Wednesdays, or even if we offer it online is still a very linear approach. There are certain deadlines, and CBE allows you to kind of, like I said, I think earlier, just kind of dance through it in a way that is meaningful to you, and you can then find that success. So, I mean, it's exciting. I mean, we've got great data dashboards now on campus, which allow us to make better informed decisions around, okay, here's why we're doing it. This is what the data shows. And so let's move this way. And then being able to enhance from there based on what we're seeing once we make that change. So just all around, in spite the, perhaps what some might qualify as the craziness in the world, we have a responsibility to serve our community and region and state, and I couldn't be more excited. I mean, do I have days where I scratch my head? Absolutely. But that's temporary. It's like, okay, it's more about let's figure this out. Let's work through this. let's step back from time to time and really get a sense of where we are, who we are, and why we're moving in the direction we're moving. And I think that's something that keeps me going every day. Is I know we have a great team. I know we have a great community. We have lots and lots of students that are looking at Lewis and Clark as a way forward. And I believe that we owe it to our community and students to do everything we can, to create the best environment we possibly can, to be the best possible community college we can, and do great work together. So that's kind of how I'd summarize it.
Well, we know you have to be off to another meeting because
me? No.
So we appreciate the time you've been able to give us to
It's always a pleasure.
check in
guys.
with us today and kind of bring us up to date on everything. And we hope you enjoy the tea.
Thank you.
Thank you for
it'll
kicking
calm
off
me
season
down.
3.
Well, wishing you both a great season 3. I'm going to try to catch up with you guys. I've got a few speakers booked, including Eve, Dr. Fernandez, who will be here next week, and so looking forward to her. And but yeah, great work, guys. Really appreciate you, and let's have a great semester together.
Now, make sure you kind of broke the ice there, but make sure people know what it is you're talking about. The out of the
Oh yeah, the No Box podcast with Dr. T.
Yeah, drop it in there.
Drop it in there. Yeah. So there's free T-shirts for the first.
Oh, so
Do you guys have T-shirts?
the T-shirt.
Got to get you some No Box T-shirts. Yeah. No, but really, seriously, thank you, fellas. Great job. Thank you, Dave, as well, from behind the scenes. Let's rock and roll this year.
Sounds great. Thanks for
Thank
being
you,
with
Dr.
us.
T.
Thank you.
Well, that's going to do it for our season opener for season 3. Anything you want to bring us from athletics?
There's a lot going on.
I'm sure there is.
There's exciting stuff. I want to. There's a couple things I want to announce, but I don't want to announce them right. Before
we
I
got
know
time.
100%. Right.
You wanna
We
make sure
have
what's
another
happening.
recording. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but soccer's upon us, volleyball's upon us, golf's upon us. All 200 people are back August 1. We normally are, we're 3 weeks before first days of class for our program, and I'm just really excited. You blink and it's been 3 years.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And we blink again and it'll be 3 more. So,
Well,
let's
blink
get,
again, it'd be 25 more.
let's blink and get out of here for now.
Sounds good, partner.
Take us out.
We are
LC A to Z.